because we have the Three of Cups, King of Cups, clarifying the Judgment card. With the Hierophant, that's an oath, really. It could also mean powerful traditions, powerful teachings. But these are like generational or transmitted, the things that were kind of given or that we inherit either through being born, through the virtue of being born as a human, or through having the blood that we do. It could be human blood, it could be the blood of our like family origin, our family line. It could be cultural, racial. It's usually something is traditional or spiritual. The Hierophant in this exaltation typically means some type of gotta do these obligations. So like a sacred office, a spiritual rank, a spiritual hierarchy. There also is this aspect of like pharaonic bloodline. So something ancient is imbued in the blood, and we came here as a pure soul, King of Cups with the Three of Cups. That means wanting some type of witness, testimony, answered prayer. Finally, things are working to the effect of being some type of golden goose. We're receiving or we're living out of the fruits of our labor, whether they're in this life or the previous. We've entered into the energetic field, Eight of Pentacles. We've entered into the energetic field, number one, of our soul, King of Cups, but also our authentic energy. Over the next 3 weeks or so, really 2 weeks, this video is coming out about a week late. Really, over the next few days, week or so, some energy is going to coalesce or manifest. There's going to be some type of mechanism or organism that moves or creates a result. Now we also have a pair of threes here. So a pair of threes, 2 3s here could be cooperation, collaboration, co-creation. We will be imposing the guidance from Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley, Lady Frida Harris, illustrated by Lady Frida Harris. It's also published by US Game Systems, and that's where we'll be imposing the guidance. We will be deliberating the findings from the Cosmic Coven Tarot. That's by Lisa Lazenby over at Ripe Avocado. And again, this is to clarify any type of pairing or matching energy. So we have a king and queen kind of loosely of pentacles. I won't match that up. But what I will match up is this pair of threes, because it's saying also that some truth has been emerging. It's been coming through, been impressing upon our physical reality, getting us to make some type of shift. According to the powers of our manifestation, we do need to make some kind of change. And we're wanting to make and impose some kinds of changes as well. We're wanting to shift around how we're living, I would say. We're posted up somewhere. Four of Cups is a posting. Okay, I said two of the wrong cards. Four of Wands is a posting. So Four of Pentacles is to secure. Four of Cups is to detach. So we need to securely detach from our role. Could be financial with these double pentacles here. It also could be energetic. Eight of Pentacles definitely talks about energy. Because there's a rude awakening or some kind of cold, harsh truth. Division, despair, discord. We need to detach from something here so that we don't have like a false or counterfeit claim that takes a seed in our life. We don't want to put the wrong seed in the garden. We don't want to think that we're growing one kind of crop or investing in one type of energetic venture, only to find out 3 months, 6 months down the line, 6 weeks from now at least, that we set the wrong intentions, also known as planting the wrong seed. We might be trying to grow apples or grow corn or grow broccoli or spinach or whatever in our garden, and then it turns out to be squash or celery. And this arbitrary example I'm using in this, I'm speaking in metaphor as well. Over the next 6 weeks, there are going to be a couple of occurrences, at least one major or a few minor occurrences where destiny is smiling upon us. We're going to learn that we've come into some type of completion, and it's going to give us access in some kind of way, shape, form, or another that elevates us, that brings energy over a horizon that we're not paying attention to, that we're not sensing, we're not doing, we're not moving on. It may also be that there's not a lot of movement because we could be processing a trauma or a shock to the system. And a trauma is an event that fundamentally changes our behavior moving forward. We won't be able to go on in the same mind frame, energy, structure, frequency, vibration after that event. There's a very clear before and after, positive or negative. And it's just trauma because it's a shock to the system. That's the fundamental root definition. And again, an adverse experience to us might necessarily be an adverse experience to another person. It's going to require some changes, or we do run the risk of having a decline, debilitation. I'm hearing the word detachment. We're going to be left devoid of something. We might disenfranchise ourselves, eject ourselves. We have the Ace of Cups page of Swords clarifying the Hermit. So we do need to get in alignment with some type of teaching or mentor. Hermit with the World card. That's typically something that's going to brighten horizons, teach us really things that we'll use for the rest of our life. And this could be delayed. Page of Swords, it could either be bad news. We might be looking for a guru. They will be adjusting our behavior, starting with our mind. They're going to be cleaning us up quite proper, sweeping us up. We might be down and out in some kind of way. And it may be financial. That's a very faint energy. It's more that we have some stinking thinking. Something about our ideologies blocking out spirit. And that's going to be righted. It's going to be corrected. Because our heart needs to open. So there needs to be some kind of belief there. And we're getting a reset here. We've had some delayed news, some delayed feedback. Because we need a specialist. We need to get to the bottom of something. And there's material abundance in our life, or there's supposed to. And materiality is not always money, cash, dollar bills. There's 8 forms of wealth. Children, in the ancient day, it wasn't cash, money, dollar bills, it was gems and precious metals or livestock or spiritual knowledge or beauty or fertility or social acumen, good standing, or actual keeping of sacred knowledge. It also had to be craftsmanship, the ability to cultivate things. It could be anything from being a good merchant in the local marketplace or being some type of tradesperson that does anything from hair to having a special guild. We've got to shift around our stinking thinking really. I feel like we should be merchants here, and we have some kind of precipice in this energy that we need to use. Precipice means we're at a terminal point. There's something just beyond what we're looking at. So your horizon means horizon. It's another word for periphery, but precipice means beyond the periphery. So we need to turn our head ever so slightly to the left or the right, up, down, to see what's clearly right in front of us, what others can see. And I actually feel like it's some type of materiality, entrepreneurship or enterprise. It doesn't always mean starting a business, but it does mean here that we should be some kind of boss. And this should be happening right about now. The time is now. Mm. So our movement forward is being delayed in some kind of way. There should be a desire to contain a situation. There's some energy here of wanting a victory of some kind. It's delayed hangman with the chariot. That's a delayed victory. Going to a spiritual place. There's either a feeling of defensiveness or feeling of anxiety here. There's an alarm going off as well, an alert here. We have a double seven with the tower. That's telling of some type of crisis or event that could disrupt. So there should be the end of quarreling here, but there's something also inevitable. So there's an opportunity on the table for us. And there's a lot of feelings or emotions or illusion around it with the Seven of Cups here. So we have the same cards, Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands. That's an alarm, it's a trigger. And then we have the Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands here in the clarifiers as well. Again, another trigger. And it's a solution to something. So there's some action for us to take or some message for us to get. And I'm not seeing really the message coming in. It's a thought that we had or a figment of our imagination that actually has more legs to it than usual. Normally, when I see the Seven of Cups, it's dismissible, but not in this circumstance. We have another, like a matching seven, and it also comes out with the corresponding court card. So there should be some kind of consolation surprise. There is something to fish out of this image or illusion or figment of our imagination, so spirit, but we were longing, was probably dismissed in terms of like we didn't think it was something feasible, doable. We might have been warded against it, warned against it. There is some kind of oppressive energy on the horizon or inimical. The way that it reads is the system, the structure, the foundation, the institution we have some type of program running. It's a fear program, a lack of self-worth program, and it's self-worth and value technology, also known as the lack thereof. It could be a scarcity mentality since the Five of Pentacles has come out already. We're wanting to make some emotional changes. And again, there's some type of stripping or debilitation. We're operating in a suboptimal situation here with a double five. We need to deal with some type of bubble that gets burst. Five of Cups, Queen of Cups. Queens are the needs. Let's have 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands. So we're carrying something that we don't need to. 10 of Wands means always put something down. We have a karmic cycle and a karmic lesson. 5 of Wands is the karmic lesson. So this queen, which is championing this need to burst a bubble or deal with some type of depression or disappointment, is mirrored by a karmic lesson. And we have some gracious, exalted influence over the entire cycle. And we know exactly what this is. If there's a wish, a hope, a dream alive inside, something recently has come up in the last week to say, hey, it's viable, go for it, go after it. And we're still in some kind of stinking thinking. 5 of Pentacles. So we're on the outside, but it's willfully here because the Chariot, the ship, over troubled waters has shown up. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Okay, 6 of Wands. So the solution is there. There's an agreement with the divine, 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, to give us grace. 6 of Swords is grace. Yet we're in some kind of space or place. Yeah, there should be a little bit of cunning. Inside that gives us an ability to get up and move on and move forward. And it's true here. With this King of Wands, that means to take massive action. Or there's going to be more loss. We could be dealing with Moon in the 12th house, Moon in Pisces. Moon in the 12th house means the other world, typically the astral, higher realms of the astral. So the intuition, our soul body, is active. And if something subtly is prompting us to do something, of course, practice discernment, but I'm talking about divine discernment, the spirit of discernment. Prayer, meditation, divination, it should reinforce and confirm that we probably overlooked or dismissed it. And it's kind of on us. We've done it already. There's some stinking thinking. It's ego, not in the toxic sense, and if it is, it's not grandiose. It's more covert, vulnerable. But also, ego is a mechanism of survival. It could have been a trained instinct. We can grow out of that, but it needs to be intentional because it's something neurological. It's like plasticity. It's a learned response, a trigger or trauma response. Fear, flight, freeze, fawn. So we flight. playing it safe. What we're doing is restricting our franchise and autonomy here. Two of Wands is mirroring this Eight of Swords, says rules, regulations, restrictions, and it's coming to our intellect, reasoning, communication. It's coming into the domain of our choices, really, with the Lovers card here. Eight of Swords with the Lovers card also means Jupiter in the third house. We also have the Ten of Swords here, so that could mean Sun in the third house or the Sun of Gemini, which means some type of action, some type of vision, enlightenment, growth, or divine assist, which is an expansion, comes to our craft, our intellect, our reasoning, our communication, our skills. Costanza, there's something there that's actually very strong. And then we have a double king, which means it's an alliance, whether it's with the divine or here on earth, and there's a message coming in. And it's saying, since it's in the third dimensional position, it's already come through. It's in the recent past up until this present moment. We could also have our Mercury in Gemini. So that just confirms, like, if we're thinking about it, if it's on our mind, we have the skills, we have everything in place to do it. We just need to get behind it, declare our intentions. Gran consolazione here. It's a great find. And something is shouting at us. You need to kind of go for it. And I scrapped that word go, kind of go. We need to go. And this kind of happened. Okay. I'm shortening this. This happened somewhere around 2 weeks ago where this revelation came through. And our road's going to get blocked just a little bit. We're going to end up disappointed, Five of Cups, if we don't move rather quickly. It's a rather exacting. So there's in external splendor, internal decay, meaning something's not right. We need to get out of delusion. We need to align with reality. And it might be our feelings, it might be our ideas, it might be our emotions. Feelings and emotions, the main difference is what we're processing and what we're just letting run rampant. So this is about taking action. Authority here. We have the authority to do something we're not. And it might not be authority over other people. It might be to assert our claim on something. We could have our moon in Aries of the first house. We could have our sun in Aries of the first house. This Queen of Wands or the Three of Wands in this Emperor card. We could also have our moon in the ninth house or in Sagittarius. And the time is now. Not later, but now. Like, get started before the weekend, really. We've got to ascend, get to a little bit of a higher ground so that we could defend whatever spot we have. We're needing to execute some type of authority, franchise, purchase. We're sitting here in this little spot where we have this opportunity and we're not quite moving on it. So if we're transiting the first house, we have an opportunity to XYZ or elemental P. It's whatever the circumstance situation is, we have an opportunity. We're not moving on it. And we're running the risk of becoming an outlaw in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. That's the Five of Swords with the Justice card. Usually it's an outlaw. we kind of ran afoul here, did more than a minor fumble. It was almost intentional. It could be dereliction, meaning a lack of duty, not just ineptitude, meaning a lack of skillfulness. We were asleep at the wheel, or we left our post. There was a breach of protocol or common sense, really. Prudence. And there's a desire to secure a situation position. Because in the near future, there is some type of moving into fulfillment. And again, this outlaw situation that I'm saying, we're out of alignment with the cycle of divine blessing. We have a double for outlaw here. The Five of Swords with the Judgment, the Five of Swords with the Justice card, or the Fool with the Justice card. That's outlaw. And then here, Desperata per Gelosia. 3 months from now, we're going to be very sorry. 6 weeks from now, we're going to be very sorry. Within 16 days. And we're just kind of cupcaking it, leggeretta. The time is now. We might have thought we had to do more preparation, getting ready. It's not the case. We're no longer the caterpillar. We're the butterfly. Yeah, healing. It's time. It's time. Silence. In this deck, it's the Star card. It's the meditative pose. So our intuition should be clear, and if we're still confused, it's because we're being confusing. The universe doesn't hear a negative. It hears the frequency vibration of our thoughts, and then it manifests that. So you need to clean up our temple. It could be the environment surrounding location, but it's really the mind. The world awaits you is what this says here. So healing, the world awaits. There's something here saying we need to be kinder to ourselves, because the time is now. I keep hearing that song by Moloko, The Time Is Now. Time takes too much time messages. See, I feel like we've been ignoring messages from the universe to make a change. It could be something like securing a domain or starting something. We should be in this clarity space. So it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing us the privilege to do so. If anything that was said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Just a quick prayer to all those still lost out there, to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine, unconditional love and universal oneness. We love you, Messiah. Please forgive us. Thank you. We ask that our steps be ordered, that our path be illuminated, and that we find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May we be happy, may we be whole, may we be at peace, may we receive everything we ever wanted, starting with what we deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.